Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another California Psychics free live reading, where for today we will be answering questions for the next hours asked by our viewers, you. And today I will be joined by our wonderful Psychic Marin. How are you today, Marin?
Hello, everyone. I am fabulous. Thank you so much. It's fun to do this with Carson and Bree. This is our first time doing this all together. So this is going to be a good one.
I know I'm excited for it today. So Bree will also be hosting it with me. She will be reading aloud our questions that our viewers are going to be asking. Now, before we get started, in order to have your question get answered, please make sure that you are asking into the live stream chat. In addition, we will not be able to answer certain questions that relate to topics under medical and legal topics. Now, for medical, this includes pregnancies, treatments and medications, diagnosis, etc. And for legal, this can include court cases, court decisions, tax information, and etc. Now, please remember to also be as specific as possible and to include any of the names of anybody else you were asking about, and this will allow Marin to connect faster. Lastly, I do want to mention that we do have a promo going on. If you use the code LIVE5, new customers will have an extra $5 added to any packages purchased on our website. Once again, this code is LIVE5. And without any further ado, I guess we can go right ahead and right into our questions.
Awesome. And I do have just one little reminder. We did change our promo code to Marin5. So if you are on here and you want to go ahead and create a new account on our website, you can go ahead and use promo code Marin5. It's at the bottom right there.
Forgive me.
Yeah, no, totally fine. We've been doing Live 5 for the past couple weeks. So just want to make sure that we update everybody.
Cool.
Okay, but let's grab our first question. I have one from Alicia over on Facebook. She says, can you please get in touch with James Darren Prince and ask how he's doing? That's my uncle and he passed away recently.
Yeah, I could tell that when people come to me, I'm either looking this direction or up, and immediately I went up. It's a very peaceful energy. I feel like this is a soul that is with you quite often. The feeling, I'm going to tiptoe around medical stuff because we're not talking about anything medical, but I do feel like there was something pertaining to illness and health. And what I'm seeing shows me a contrast of peace and happy. I'm not getting a specific message in terms of living life, but I just think it's important he is definitely at peace. And I see an image hovering around your right side. So this is a soul that's going to be with you quite frequently.
It's important to always have your loved ones around as well. It's always comforting to know that they're looking over us too and making sure that we're making the right decisions and that sort of stuff.
So true.
Yeah.
Very true. I have another question from Vanessa over on YouTube. She says, hello, Psychic Marin. You are amazing and always spot on with readings. When do you see me and Tom getting more serious? I'm a Leo and he's a Pisces.
Just a hair over 2 months. So even towards the end of April, like you're just going to be feeling fantastic about this. But early May is when I feel like it's verbalized, it's talked about. There is going to be actually a point towards the last few days of April where I see this being really clear that it is a relationship and more official. But you're about 2 months away. And I also don't see any glitches leading up to that. So it just looks like it's really steady. So this is a good one. Yeah, no problems.
Always love to hear, I guess, the steadiness, or I mean, I guess it's all smooth in a relationship and no hiccups along the way,
Not this case. No.
Totally. Keep us updated, Vanessa. I'd love to hear how this will play out. That's so
For
exciting.
sure.
Right around the corner. I just want to give a really quick shout out to Bee Stuffers over on Facebook. You have a really good question, but please, if your name is not in your username, be sure to call that out with your question. So Bee Stuffers Griffin, if you go ahead and put your first name in there, I will answer, or I'll read out your question for you. But in the meantime, let's grab another question.
Okay.
Let's see. I have one from Frederica, and from YouTube, and she says, "Hello, what does my father Frederick have to say to me in heaven?"
I'm curious if he was a musician or if he was very, I mean, this is beyond somebody that just really enjoys listening to music. I mean, we all enjoy music. This is somebody that just comes across, the minute you gave me his name, I just heard more like classical-esque style music playing. I just heard a lot of melodies playing. He's on a different realm. He's a little bit higher. I'm not getting a lot of verbal communication, but I definitely feel like this is a soul that has evolved and is at a different place within his journey. But everything just feels very melodic, and I hear music when I connect with him. But I feel like this was a very religious or very spiritual person. And I feel like that's the context of the music. So if you're wanting to respond, I'd be curious to know if he was involved in ministry or church or choir or musician, because that is how he presents when I read him.
We have another question from Mika over on YouTube. She says, "Hello, beautiful souls. How is my college life going to be in medical school? I've been waiting too much for it, and I don't know the divine reason I'm not in college yet. When am I going to study again?" So it sounds like she just wants some clarification on when she's going to go back and pursue her educational career.
Yeah. Gosh, and I hate to throw a wrench in your plans, but it feels like this is kind of a necessary pause. And for a lot of people, the pandemic presented us a necessary pause to reset and continue on that path for some people. And for you, I just feel like there's this sense of, this is what I want to do. This is what I've always done. It's kind of this one track mind, but I feel like they're trying to fine tune the aspect of your studies. And I think that you're going to have, what they're showing me is almost 3 more years. You're a little under 3 more years before I see you returning and back on this path, but you're going to be throwing some curveballs. And so my advice to you right now is really pay attention to that feeling, that if you allow yourself to feel it, it's going to feel a little bit more and more dreadful, and not in a good way, not the typical, oh gosh, I've got a lot ahead of me, or this is a big undertaking, but this is more of like, something just doesn't feel right. Am I sure I want to continue with this? And do I want to invest this much? So I'd be curious, unfortunately, because this is a live and I've got to go quick and I can't do the question answer back and forth like we could on a phone. But for right now, I would say really, really listen to what you're feeling, because anytime you start to go down that path, you're just going to be having this feeling of, like something's not right. I see you in a similar field, but it's not on the path that you're in right now. And that will resume in just a little under 3 years.
And that also reminds me, Marin, can you also go ahead and give us give us your schedule for this upcoming week, so that if anybody wants to follow up with those kind of questions, or if they maybe don't get their answer or question answered during the live, you can go ahead and provide them with a full one-on-one reading experience.
Yeah, thank you, Carson. I'm working this evening starting at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I am also working tomorrow afternoon starting at 11. And I don't have hours set for Thursday and Friday yet, but those will be really full days, lots of hours on Thursday and Friday, and I'll add those shortly. But in the next couple of days, I have a few slots for appointments still available.
Awesome. So you hear that, people? You better book up Marin quick, because she'll probably be full by the end of it.
Very true. She's definitely one of our most popular psychics on the platform. So, okay. And I have Bee Stuffer's name. Her name is Ashiki, and she is in desperate need for answers. She has been crying all day, which we are so sorry about, Ashiki. I have been waiting over 10 years for my husband to come home, and he is now distant and not communicating. Will he come home in the future? His name is Renard.
Gosh, Yes, but so first of all, the time frame on this is almost 2 more years, and boy, my heart just goes out to you because I need to give you truthful information at the cost of you not wanting to hear this and inflicting even more heartache. But I see it being about 2 years when he's returning, but it's just the turmoil and the conflict because he's not going to want to be there. He's not going to, it feels to me like there's a real um, cultural clash and where he's preferring to reside or where family, like there's connections. And I just see that this is his lifestyle now. And so you guys have this love. I'm not seeing that the reason for him not wanting to come is because he has pursued a new life or there's new relationships or any messy aspects of this. What I'm seeing is that he's so stuck in his routine and your world's away. And so I see that break in about 2 years and some of the parameters around pandemic and travel and those issues. I see in 2 years him returning, but it's not going to last very long. There's going to be ongoing issues in this relationship. And so I want to do my best to help mend your heart, even though you're getting bad news and news that you just aren't wanting to hear and prepare for, because it's a lonely road ahead. Even though I see a little visit here and there, your life really isn't going to start to change for a couple more years. And there's still going to be problems beyond that.
You want to ensure that you're looking out the best for yourself, because at the end, if you rely too much on others, and especially in situations like these, sometimes it can hurt even more whenever you stick to that attachment. So
good point, Carson. And that's what I really felt. I think you were very intuitive, because what I was really feeling when I was reading you is this devotion and loyalty. And I've been waiting and I've been holding down the fortress and waiting for you to be a part of this life. And years keep passing, excuses, pandemic, it's one thing after another, job, family. And you feel to me like you are accurate in that feeling of I'm just being left behind. And I'm sorry that that's not the news you wanted to hear, but I hope that helps you make better decisions moving forward, knowing it's going to be a rough road ahead.
I have another question from Mama B over on YouTube. Hello, Bree and Carson and Psychic Marin. My name is Angelica. Me and my ex, John, recently split it up. Any insight on what's to come for us in the future?
It's not going to be a long breakup, especially when I'm looking at June, early July. There's travel. You will be back together, but this feels like a cooling off period where it is stickier, and there is going to be this hit or miss communication for pretty much the majority of March. And then April, it's getting a little bit better. May is when I finally feel that ease. But you guys will be right back together. This is going to be okay. Tensions are high, and I would encourage you to really look at, is this a actual relationship problem where the two of you are challenging one another, or is it an individual problem? And what it feels like for me is that two of you have two separate aspects of your life that are just kind of frazzling and frustrating, and you're tending to vent on one another right now. So this little bit of diffusing time in the separation is going to be best, but you guys are going to be right back together.
Yay. Good news. Love good news.
yes.
I have another question from Christine from YouTube. She says, hello, Marin. Christine from Pennsylvania. Is there love out for me? I am a Taurus. If so, when?
3, 4 more months. You're right about 4 more months. And I see there's going to be a little bit of a distance. The person that you end up meeting, it's about a 2-hour gap, 2-hour distance. So the hardest thing is going to be overcoming that. And the career path that they are in, that he's in, what they're showing me is more of like marketing design, really heavy in computer artisticness. And so there's just a real flair, like a very business-esque, but much more fun and creative, kind of adventurous personality, and you guys pair really well. But I see you meeting. I'm curious if you're going somewhere near Caribbean, Mexico, Florida region, because I keep seeing this person and the two of you together and more of that environment. But it's about 4 months when you're meeting this person. One more, let me just back up. 3 months from now, I see you meeting somebody. Doesn't last it maybe 3 weeks, and then you meet this person. So don't confuse the two. That 3 months from now, person number one doesn't last. Person number two, 4 months from now.
Yay.
You got a timeline for love.
Yes. Also, Christine, we are Taurus twins. I am also a Taurus. So I have another question from Luana over on YouTube as well. A lot of questions from YouTube today. Hi, Marin. My dad passed in 2020. He showed up in one of my dreams. Does he want something from me? His name is Paul.
He doesn't want anything from you, but what I just keep getting is this eagerness to try to connect, and it's a misconnection. What's happening is that he doesn't have the ability to manipulate energy, or like some spirits can move things or create changes within lights and electricity. He's having just this frustration of like, I want you to notice me. And it just feels like there's this plane of glass between the two of you where you just can't really connect or feel one another. I feel like he just needs that reassurance. This is a soul that's really lingering for that purpose of just wanting to say, I'm okay. I want you to know I'm okay. But I feel like it's going to ascend really quick. So I think that the best advice I could offer you is just, even if you can't really communicate, just letting him know that you are at peace and you are ready to release him. And I think that soul is just going to be at a happier place knowing that he's been felt or somewhat heard, and you can let him go. That's a really good connection there. It didn't have this massive grief, and not to minimize, like, I'm sure this was difficult as any passing is, but both of you feel like you have a real clear understanding of this transition. So he's at a place where he can now ascend.
That's beautiful.
That's comforting.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is an interesting one from Facebook. Marie from Facebook. Hi, Marin. My mom says she's seeing 2 women and children in her bedroom at night. They never say anything. What do they want? And then there's kind of like a second part to that question. Do you see a love connection or a move for me in the future? 2 questions in one.
Yeah. I will do my best to keep track of the two, because I'm so captivated by the very first one. It's kind of got a very early night. It's got like a little house on the prairie feel, and it feel, the old Oregon Trail, Little House on the, like, it's got that feel, and they feel very hungry. They feel very cold. They feel very hungry. They feel very stuck. This was, I think that it was an illness that took this family, but it feels like they were traveling. They were in motion, and this is where their final resting was. And it just looks like this was so long ago, but they're stuck. This is like one of those situations when you hear the term a stuck soul. They are frozen, and it's like we're just reliving this pattern, and we don't know where to go. We don't know what we're doing. It's not a dangerous energy. It's just an energetic imprint that's just repeating this pattern again and again. And so if people have had hauntings, or there's a lot of hotels where I live that are notorious for these hauntings, where you see the same white shape go down the staircase balcony every day at 6 o'clock. This is that type of energetic imprint, and they're just standing there hungry and cold and tired and trapped. And this is, I mean, if she wants to get involved, the best thing that she can just do is try to understand a little bit more about releasing a soul, or talking to a soul, or just saying, okay, you can ascend. I know we all hear go to the light, but these souls are going to be there for a long time, and she'll just see them. And whether she wants to try to address this, I'd be happy to talk with her more specifically. But this is something that she can either just ignore. If she wants to tackle this, she can work with this, because this isn't going to go away. They're there because they're attached to the land.
Wow.
That's intriguing.
It's so intriguing that I can just describe how they look, and a couple of them are in white. There's actually a total of 4 in this family, but you predominantly see 3, and there's a little one, and it's I was trying to see if they were Native American, but because of their attire, they're more prairie-like. So it's not native. It's not that far back.
Wow. So fascinating.
I know. I love this. I love the paranormal aspects and helping people. But this is not a soul or spirit to be afraid of. In fact, if you're really trying to interact and she's trying to talk to them, she might just not get any receptiveness, because there's a fear coming from them. They're just kind of frozen. So they're not a dangerous entity or energy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then I have a question from Ashley over on Facebook. Hold on.
Sorry to interrupt you, Bree. She had a second question. Second question was, she asked about career.
Also, do you see a love connection or a move for me?
Oh, love connection or move. September, the move's delayed. That's will be finalized by September, starting in August to April. You're almost a year away before I see a solid, serious relationship. A lot of dates towards the second half of this year, but it's going to be like late, mid-April when I see the relationship starting to form. And that's obviously after the move.
Switching back to Ashley over on Facebook. She says, hi, Marin. What can I expect moving forward with this guy named Larry? Thank you.
Wow. The thing that I really like about this connection is he is just this man of mystery, because what you're showing me is that you'll have one date that's like fantastic, that there's really this chemistry, and then you'll have another date where you just feel like, gosh, it's a little too geeky, or a little like I just don't know if I could do it. Like, you are going to have this up and down with these really great connections, and then really flat connections. So this is going to take you months. The sad thing about it is I feel like it's not, I really don't see that this is the one, because there just is not enough of that connection that makes you go, like I would wait for the new shiny object syndrome to kind of wear off. Because when I'm looking at the two of you by this summer, it just feels like I've been doing this for a while, and it's not enough. Something's missing. And there are aspects about the personality, but things that you just can't get past that seem like the way you approach life, or things that are just so different. You definitely come across to me as a little more hip and creative, and just very friendly social personality. And he's going to be a little bit harder to crack the more you get to know him. So it's something that I would enjoy it, but I just don't see that this is going to be the long-term relationship that leads to something that you're looking for.
And while it may be a good relationship, you also don't want to make sure that you're settling for, or you're settling for something that's, you feel like you don't deserve, honestly. If there's somebody perfect out there for you that kind of just checks all of those boxes, that's what you're kind of looking for. You don't want to make sure that's only some of them,
Yeah. And to kind of beat a dead horse with using this term pandemic over and over. But if we really look at our lives for the last couple of years and our perspective, like, so many aspects of our social life has changed. And so I find a lot of people are settling for relationships, or going back to people they knew that they could text or call and check in on them, and now a relationship's forming where it was because that was easily accessible and maybe not necessarily what was best for them. So just keep in mind, we've been in this rut for a little while, and there's a lot that's now starting to change and things starting to open up, and that's going to really change our opportunities to meet people. And there's going to be a lot of people very eager to get back into that dating world. So my predictions, and also just kind of common sense and what we're seeing, is the world's coming alive again.
So true. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, and with that, we're about halfway through our stream. I just want to remind anybody who is watching to give us a like and a subscribe for any if you are enjoying the stream. I also want to shout out some of our viewers who are watching. We have Kathy, we have Phyllis, Tatiana, and Kylie. Just want all of our viewers, we want to say thank you and keep asking your questions because we're here to answer. So yeah, I guess without any further ado, we can go and continue.
Yeah. And one quick reminder, we are going to be doing some tarot polls for the last 15 minutes. So be sure to stick around for that as well.
Ooh, that is always so much fun too.
Yeah, those are one of my favorites for sure. Moving on to another question. We have one from Cynthia from YouTube. She says, I'm 62, no job with no income coming in, was on disability for many years and really have no qualifications. Will I become financially secure soon? Thank you.
You have so many hidden talents, and I think that you have been so overwhelmed. And I was getting a lot of just the healthcare and maintenance and aspects of life that you've managed to now get past, and you are so creative. I'm my first question is, have you been told before that you should write? Did you want to write? I mean, there's so many opportunities for writing, but just kind of getting that right direction and knowing how you could make a career out of that is I want to just say there's a talent there. You just are extremely creative artistically and within your mind and ability to write, but I don't see I think that you are at a point in your life where you are physically healthy and stable and feeling like, I don't want to jeopardize that. I don't want a 9-to-5 job. I don't want to do this. I don't want to push myself. You've maintained this balance. You've been able to create this balance that you now want to maintain. And I want to give you this encouragement and support that you can work from home. You can write. I even get like, you're just a hidden artist. And I feel like these talents are so dormant and you don't realize that there's profit in this. So whether you want to chat on the phone with me or look at some YouTube tutorials, because you really could turn this into a profit, and that's what they're showing me. But working from home, keeping it simple, that's what your guides are wanting you to do, so you're not straining yourself. And there is some risk stuff, but that's not going to be an issue. These are things that I really see the joy in you being able to create and feel like you're 20 again, just bringing all of this energy and goodness. So please don't, I feel the resistance, and I just feel this sense of, God, no, where do I even begin? Well, you got to start somewhere, but if you start, you're just going to feel this kid in you that's enjoying the process, and one little baby step will unfold a lot more. And I think you'll really surprise yourself.
And also, like you were saying before, with just the buzzword of like the pandemic and stuff, this has just brought like so many opportunities to for working from home. So if you don't think there's any out there, you haven't been looking hard enough, because they are definitely out there and they're willing to pay you for it. So I wish you luck on any opportunities that come your way in the very soon future.
Awesome. Moving on to the next question. We have one from Stephanie over on Facebook. She says, I feel really stuck lately. What should I be focusing on to get out of this funk? It's really wearing me down.
Okay. I'm going to skirt around this issue by saying the physical aspect of your being, what it looks like is you've been neglecting that aspect of self-care, and going and getting a haircut or your nails done isn't what I mean. What I mean is nutrition. You are burning your candle at both ends. When I read your energy, it just feels like, not, I don't want to sound insulting by saying frantic, because you're not scattered. You're just, your energy feels like you are fatigued. You're running on fumes. You're very busy. Your whole sense of the physical sense of nutrition and health and fitness. Before you are tackling what's next, your body is what needs to be addressed. Like, the first thing I would say is, and I know this isn't the fun stuff, because you're looking at what's next. What do I do? Because you are a go person. But what your guides are saying is that before you go, you need that massive nutrition and the exercise and that consistency and routine, because the lifestyle that you're living right now is just going in a million different directions. And I think that no matter what you add to your plate or whatever direction you turn, you're not going to enjoy the process as much. You're going to wake up with that feeling that I get of you waking up going, it's just a heaviness that can be eliminated. So differences in sleep patterns, lifestyle changes, and overall just, I want to be my best. I want to be healthier. Focus on that for 6 weeks. Science shows that it takes 6 weeks to make some extreme lifestyle changes that will stick. And if you set those goals, you are going to feel amazing, and it's going to be much more sustainable for things that you tackle, and you're going to enjoy doing it so much more. So that's what the advice is for you, is you're dragging your body along with your mind, and your mind's go, but your body's fighting you.
I don't want to get stuck in the funk for too long, but at least you have a timeline to, I guess, move forward with that. And honestly, 6 weeks is really not all that long whenever you just get done with it. You're just kind of over with it, and you feel like a healthier person too.
Mm-hmm.
You got this, Stephanie.
Yeah.
You got this. Okay, moving on over to YouTube. I have one. She says, my name is Chris. I am hoping to connect with my mom, Deidre, who passed 2 months ago. Hoping to connect.
You are very connected, very, very connected. And there's a heavy heart when I read the two of you, especially coming from her. I see the struggles at the very end, but I just feel like she didn't want to leave. I think that there's this big sense of family, and what she's pointing out to me are all of these people that she hadn't connected with. And I believe that these are family members that are even overseas, or they're much longer distance, because this image that I get from her is like kind of that feeling of, I didn't get to say goodbye, but it's that sadness. She was very, a lot of unfinished business amongst family members, and this situation that happened, it just, this is a hard one. And there's going to be a lot of grief and emotion that persists for months, because this was a situation where she didn't have that closure, and you were going to feel that. So if a lot of family members are thinking about her or imagining her, talking to her, and people start to shed a tear, it's because they feel that empathic connection of, gosh, this is just, there was a lot of unfinished business. And I think anybody that's listening, one of the most important things I've learned in working for California Psychics is that you never know when it's going to be somebody's last day. And if you've got something heavy on your heart, then why not resolve it? Why not call that person and apologize, or resolve an issue? Because I talk to so many people wanting to know, did so-and-so forgive me? Because they didn't clear up that unfinished business. And it's something that I hear so frequently. And this is a situation, in talking with you, that I can feel that sense of, gosh, there's a lot of family connections, and there wasn't peace. So just a little note.
Awesome. We have another question from Phyllis on Facebook. She says, hello, will I buy a home this year? Thank you.
Ooh.
Oh, Phyllis, you better be on it, sister. You got to be on it, because what I keep seeing is, nope, like too late. Nope, got outbid. So timeline wise, if you were capable of waiting till fall time, like late October, November, that's when I'm seeing a little bit of a decline. Everybody's talking about recession right now. By October, I feel like that's going to put you in a better position financially. Obviously, I know you don't want to wait quite that long, but what I keep seeing is that you get outbid, or things just keep falling through. And if you're getting frustrated, I would remember to remain optimistic, because in October, November, you're going to see a little bit of a dip, and it's not going to be nearly as competitive. But unless you are working with somebody that's really going to get their foot in the door early, or that you're on it, don't linger for going and looking at a house. Sign that contract immediately after you've done your due diligence. But you know what I mean? It's something where you can't wait around, because I see many months of missed opportunities.
All righty. And with about a third of the stream going on left, we will be hosting the tarot readings with Marin here with that last quarter. So I guess here's your chance to get the last few questions in and make sure that your question is answered. And once again, Marin, can you remind us of your schedule this upcoming week, just in case these viewers do not get their question answered today?
Yes, I start working at 7 p.m. Pacific time tonight, and then 11 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. And then I'm off Wednesday, and then I will have lots of hours Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Great. Perfect. All righty. Now let's get back to questions, and because I'm sure these people are ready to get some answers.
I have another question from YouTube from Jess. She says, hi, Marin. I often feel a presence or an energy around me and my daughter. Can you tell me if it's one of my deceased loved ones, Dad, Rod, or G-Pa, Grandpa, Jack? If so, do they have a message for me? Thank you.
Is there somebody else in your family named Marshall? It's when you gave me the name Jack, there was a connection there, but then they drew me to Marshall. There's somebody named Marshall. You might have to do a little bit of homework on this one. And I'm also questioning if you were even alive when this person was living or passed. Obviously, it's a male, Marshall. Bigger guy, kind of fuller built. He's got some facial hair, and I feel like the interest is more in parenting, like very loving soul. Nothing that is like, it's not heavy as in daunting. It's just a very big energy, big presence, and you feel that energy in the room. He was the type of soul that, like Santa Claus. That's kind of the perspective I'd like to have in your mind. Just very jolly and big energy, and that's for the purpose of parenting and just protection. But that's a very nurturing, helpful soul. But I don't think that you know that person. So please ask family members if there is a deceased relative named Marshall, or it could have even been a last name through marriage. But that's who they're showing me that energy is. Those other names that you mentioned, they kind of float around, and they're, a couple of them are kind of there coming and going, but this other energy is the really predominant energy that you're speaking of.
That's interesting. I wonder if they even kind of felt that kind of foreign, I guess, energy at all.
Yeah, I'll be looking in the comments to see if she gives us an answer. But in the meantime, we have another question from Hawa. I hope I'm saying that correctly, from Facebook. She says, hello, everybody. Can you please tell me what I have to look forward to for the up and coming months, whether it's what to look out for or even good news? Thank you.
Financially, when I'm looking at May, that's when I start to see things loosening up. What they're showing me is it's a little bit more fear, a little bit more restriction, a little bit kind of buckling down, unknown. But when I'm looking at May, I feel like there's an increase in your pay, and I want to use the term raise rather than promotion. I don't feel like it's a title promotion, but a little bit of a raise, and it just makes you feel like, okay, that's an extra few $100s a week. Like it's enough to make a difference, and it just makes you feel like, okay, things are going in the right direction. I'm not getting a move for you, or I'm not getting relationship situations changing. Your life is really on a pretty steady path until about October, and that's when I see a lot more aspects of relationship changing. But for right now, what they're showing me looks really steady for finances, and a little bit of that constricted feeling just for another couple months. No big extravagant purchases or big trips right now, because it's just gonna it feels like anxiety. Not that I see anything depleting you financially, no big unexpected bills, but you know what, everybody's talking about the price of gas right now and all these inflated expenses. You're just starting to buckle down, and by May you'll be fine.
Right around the corner.
All righty. I do want to say that oh, sorry, I'm just watching the questions all come in. But right as we switch over to tarot cards, I do want to remind everybody that if you are enjoying the stream today, please like and subscribe. And also that we do have our promo code going on. It is, once again, Marin5. This will add $5 to any new customer package that you purchase on our website, and is especially useful for contacting Marin if you have any further follow-up questions. And yeah, once again, remember to like and subscribe if you are enjoying the stream. And let's go ahead and get some tarot card readings. So in order for that to happen, just ask if you would like a love card, a career card, or just a general card pull. And without any further ado, we can begin.
Yes.
Awesome. I have one from Jackie over on Facebook. She is asking for a love card.
Jackie, you've got the Six of Cups. And I always tell people the name of the card. That way you can look it up on California Psychics has an amazing blog that details all the individual definitions and traits and symbolism in each card. So this is the Six of Cups, which is all about nostalgic relationships. So some definitions may be a little bit different, but when I get the Six of Cups, and what I'm feeling when I'm reading you is this is about this long lost love, or somebody that you've known for years and years, or just that feeling of like, oh, melt your heart. That's my high school sweetheart type of energy, that real soul connection. Six of Cups. That's what you got. That's a good one.
Awesome. And then we have another love card from Jen over on YouTube.
Queen of Cups. So this is a really stout, like this is a strong, grounded, solid. Pentacles are the suit of earth, the element of earth. So this is more of like, do you need to be really grounded in your relationship? Do you need to put your foot down? Do you need to be strong? It's addressing relationship more in the context of power and strength. Not, this isn't a time to tiptoe around. This is a time to really own that power and your voice.
Awesome. Let's see, Kathy from Facebook with just like a general card.
The Hierophant. The Hierophant is the spiritual teacher. And so when this card comes up, often it's an indicator that you are connecting to your spiritual side. You are embarking on a new spiritual journey. Maybe you are returning to an organized religion, or you're reading some self-help books, but this is about spiritual growth. So I hope that helps you in this general context.
And then we have Stephanie over on YouTube asking for a love card. I love this. It's like rapid fire. Everybody's getting an answer.
Oh, and we get so many in because I don't talk as much. You asked for a love card, and your lucky day, you got two cards, which is the Two of Pentacles and the let me make sure they're both on the screen. And the Three of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is about balance. You are juggling. You're trying to figure this out. It's like back and forth. the Three of Pentacles is a symbolizing teamwork. Here we have an architect and some patrons of the church that are discussing blueprints and how we're going to come together and build this or redesign this. But what this is really talking about is it's time to work as a team. So this relationship is just, it's out of balance. You're juggling this, and you need to work as a team.
Awesome.
Every relationship is a team, you know. You don't want to be just, I guess, well, you do want to be two individuals, but you want to be able to work together as a team to create that perfect relationship where you can help each other grow. So
totally 50-50.
Yeah.
And we have a general card for Artisha.
Okay, Artisha, you've got the Page of Swords reversed. So Page of Swords, this is in its upright position, reversed. So what this is, swords is the suit of air, which is intellect. So you have a younger being, a younger soul that's in your life, either a child, a younger partner. I feel like this is more youthful when I'm reading you, that somebody that's not using their head. They're upside down, so they're not thinking so clear. They're not being creative. They're not problem solving. Things are just a little bit of a struggle right now. So there's a youthful male in your life that needs a little bit of help.
Awesome. And then we have comments are going so fast. Let me pick one really quickly. Give me 1 second. We have one from Karen who wants a general card.
Karen. Okay. And on that note, you got the 8 of Wands reversed. So in an upright position, this means go, 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 go so fast. Like they're just, these spears are just flying at you. This card says slow down. This is very analytical in its interpretation. It's a pretty simple, you're going 100 miles an hour. It's time for you to slow down. Slow it down.
Awesome. We have Kylie B from YouTube who wants a love card.
Okay. You have the 3 of Cups, which isn't so much about love as it is community and coming together and friends. And so if you are looking for love, or if love's a little rocky, then my advice to you is look for that friend first, rather than looking at the sexual appeal and chemistry. And I mean, dating on apps where all we see is the picture. I just feel like the way to relationships and a successful relationship for you, this card is telling you friendship first.
Awesome. And then we have one from Tatiana over on Facebook. A finance card, please, and thank you.
This is interesting. I'm wondering, I'm not getting an image of somebody, but this is the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is deceit. So I'm trying to get an image of somebody in your life, and I'm not getting this image. But this question, the question you asked and the card don't exactly pair together. But the message for you is there is some deceptiveness going on in your life. So I'm really interested if somebody owes you a significant amount of money, if somebody has stiffed you and they're not paying back, or you're trying to track down this money. But the message for you is kind of open your eyes, because you're being taken advantage of. Like and this could be in the context of love and relationship, but this is deceit, like so much so to the point where this person has won this battle and he's like looking over his back, trying to just rub it in even more. So this is an icky card. 5 of Swords is pretty heavy energy. So I'm hoping that this isn't going on in your relationship. If so, open those eyes, because this is deceptiveness surrounding your situation.
You want to be very aware of everybody going wrong. You don't want to have somebody just, I guess, taking advantage of you, you know?
No. No, and you know that when I say deceptiveness, you know, people's minds go to, oh, is somebody cheating? No, that's not necessarily the case, but it's just time to start to look at what doesn't sit right. How am I being taken advantage of? It doesn't need to go to the extreme, but just something that your guides are wanting you to look at that you might not be wanting to look at.
Awesome, awesome. We have a request for a love card from Sonika from YouTube.
Okay. 10 of Pentacles, and this card shows that you have it all. This is like legacy. So the Pentacles is the sign of earth and being really grounded and really solid, and this is just saying that you've got it all. You've got that family, you've got that legacy, you've got that, like, this is a really good card. This is kind of one of the because it's a 10, it's the completion of the series in the minor arcana, and so it's a really grounding, satisfying card. So I hope that this is reflective of your love life, that you've got it all and that you were successful, and it's legacy, family legacy, generational, of continuing this love and success within a family name.
Awesome.
Got a good card today.
Yeah.
We have another request for a love card from Lauren, who has been here with us for the whole live asking us questions. So I'm glad that we got the chance to answer hers. Lauren from Facebook.
Thank you, Lauren, for sticking with us. Your card is the Page of Pentacles, and this page is gazing. Like, this is a question card. This is like you are looking into that crystal ball. Is this the one? Am I going to find love? Do I move forward? Like, you're at a point in your life right now where you're really, I guess what I could say is, if there's doubt, then it's a no. Like, you are really trying to find the pursuit of something that may be better, or something needs to be fine-tuned. You're in limbo. You're in question mode right now.
And then we have one from Sydney from Facebook, who would just like a general card pull.
Ooh, this is one of the rough ones. 3 of Swords.
No.
3 of Swords is heartache. This is this is just pierced to the heart. The swords, I mean, the picture says it all, but it is, since this was asked as a general context, this is just showing that you're suffering some heartache, but this is a doozy. This is a heavy card. So I'm sorry if this is how life is feeling for you right now. This is a heavy one.
Sending good wishes your way.
For sure. Another love card for the upcoming future from Fareed.
So we've got the Queen of Swords. Earlier, we had the Queen of Pentacles. The similar energy in this is you are still needing to speak up or put that foot down and really hold your own within the relationship. But the Suit of Swords represents air and intellect and mind power. So the way you're going to be successful in love is through thought and thinking and intellectually communicating. This is just showing that it's time for you to share a little bit more, to speak up a little bit more, to try working on what change is necessary in the relationship through healthier communication and finding partnership with somebody that's going to really support that intellect that is who you are, or who you are becoming. So that's the Queen of Swords.
Awesome. Looks like we have time for maybe a few more. We have one from Veronica over on Facebook. She is asking for a career card.
Okay. All these queens. So we just got the third queen, the Queen of Cups, which is water, which is emotional. This is, in the context of career, this card is very similar to owning your power through thought. This is emotional. This is like what is happening within the workplace that is creating all of this emotion for you, and how can you find that balance within the emotion so it's not a nightmare, or you feel more at ease. But your guides are showing you that it's time for me to become this Queen of Cups that creates emotional balance without the drama. So minimizing that drama and maintaining that stability and power within the workplace.
Beautiful. And then we have another career card from Tynese over on Facebook.
So this was in the context of career, did you say?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I was trying to see what you were doing, because I wasn't getting an actual image of your career. But this is like cheerleaders. This is your own private section of cheerleaders. This is the Six of Wands. And here you are on this horse, and everybody's congratulating you and cheering you on. And so you must have done something good. You must be liked, or you must be doing something good at work. This could indicate a new opportunity or promotion or praise, a certificate, award, because you're doing well. You are liked.
Awesome. And then we have another one from Joe over on YouTube, just a general. He's relocating and he wants to know what's in the cards for him.
Okay, this is the Seven of Pentacles. Joe, this is a good one. This is, you're at a point in your life where after all of this change, it's time for you to pause and reflect. So what it's indicating in this card is this person is tending to their garden, and the garden of money and wealth, representing the pentacles. And it's just time to kind of pause and look at, what do I fine tune? What weeds do I need to pull and have a more luscious garden of life? And so pretty soon after this move and everything that's going on, you're going to really need to, hold on. No, what they're saying is before you move. So you're on this path. Before you go down that path, you are going to feel like there are some little roadblocks or little hiccups. And those little hiccups are necessary for you to kind of pause and work through this. Do I really want to do this now? Am I really ready for this? Is this going to work out as I had planned? So if you are noticing a lot of glitches in your life, take some time to figure out a slightly different direction or different plan to create a more lush garden of life.
Awesome.
And then I have one from Dale over on Facebook, who would love a love card.
Okay. This is the Ace of Swords. And if this card could lift its thumb up, we would have a big thumb up. And so what this means is just go for it, but go for it with the suit of swords, which is air and thinking. Go after love and jump in with both feet, but do it from an intellectual standpoint.
All righty. And now that we are about at 6 o'clock, or excuse me, 4 o'clock for those in California, that is all the time that we have for today. But we will be back at the same time at 5 p.m. or 3 p.m., excuse me, on the 28th of March. So that will be 2 weeks from today. And so lastly, we need to shout out our promotion one more time. That is using Marin 5 for our promo code. And just a reminder, that is to get $5 added to a new customer package. And you can use that to contact Marin. Marin, one more time, can you remind us your schedule for this upcoming week?
7 p.m. Pacific time tonight, 11 a.m. tomorrow. And I'm off on Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I will have lots of hours starting at 11 a.m. onward, and lots of appointment slots. And if you call customer service, they can help you with setting up an appointment.
Awesome. Well, if you didn't get your question answered today, there is her schedule for you to ask her in a more one-on-one personal experience. But thank you, Marin, for being with us today, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.